Hey you guys, Brija here, and today on Dupe Battles, we're going to talk about one of the most requested dupes in the makeup world, and that is Lolita from Kat Von D. So the problem with Lolita is that it went through 3 different color changes, and on top of it, it also was out of stock for a good 6 to 9 months. So while it was out of stock, everybody was looking for it. I know this because I was working at Sephora at the time. So now that Lolita's finally back in stock, I was able to get my hands on it to actually do a dupe battle, because I can say anything's a dupe, but if you don't have a side-by-side comparison, you can't tell. So today's dupe battle is actually already on my lips as we speak. The top lip is in fact Lolita, and the bottom lip is the dupe. So, as usual, when I say it's a dupe, there's a lot more that goes into it than does the color look the same. I take into comparison wear, how it actually looks, the texture, things like that. So let's get into some breakdowns of whether or not this is a dupe. So for packaging, I actually have a small Lolita because I got the Lolita bundle because I wasn't sure which one the Give Me Glow was going to be a dupe for. The Give Me Glow Fireside Flirting is a dupe for the original Lolita. So with this color, you're seeing that they look incredibly similar. What I will say is Fireside Flirting is slightly darker, just slightly. Not even enough that it makes it not necessarily a dupe, but because it is dupe battles and we're talking about how similar things are, I have to mention it. Other important parts of comparison, her tubes will change occasionally. Right now they are in a square tube that actually has a mirror, which is pretty handy. Not that I ever put on my lip stuff in this mirror. I do it at home and then I don't touch it again. So the Kat Von D actually comes in a round tube. The full sizes look like this versus, the little baby size. So it gives you a better idea of what a full size is going to look like. As far as prices go, I believe the Give Me Glow is $10. That information will be for sure in the down bar below. Whereas the Kat Von D is $19 or $20. I think they're $20 now. Other important parts of difference, they are both a long wear cream stain. They were both put on at the same time, and as far as transfer goes, slight transfer. You guys probably can't even see it. Slight transfer, yes, from the Give Me Glow, whereas the Kat Von D already has none. However, in another 10-15 minutes, there will probably be no transfer. So that's nice too. That said, if you eat with these on, you will see transfer on your food and your utensils and stuff, but that's just how liquid lipsticks tend to work. I will say yesterday, and I will show you the actual before I went out, all of that, but yesterday when I wore this and when I was eating it's Noodles & Co., their curry soup. It's not curry. That's neither here nor there. We'll get into that another day. But their curry soup is very oily in the broth, so it took off my entire bottom lip, versus the Kat Von D stood up to the wear a little bit better. So that is also important to know. That said, more than likely if you're eating an oily soup, you're gonna have to touch up either of them. Even the Kat Von D had a little bit of wear, it just wasn't as significant as the Give Me Glow. So let's go ahead and take a look at how these wore yesterday. So this is gonna be super fast, but I just wanted to show you guys before I leave for the day. It is sometime, I don't know where my phone went. It is 11:17. I have the Lolita on the top lip and the Fireside Flirting on the bottom lip. We're about to actually go get lunch with Aaron's sister, so we're gonna do a little bit of a wear test. As you can see, they look very similar on the lip. So this dupe battle is going to be made with the wear test. One important thing, we're gonna kiss the back of the hand. Minimal transfer. The only part that transferred was the bottom lip, and it's still incredibly minimal. So, commence wear test now! So just ignore the otherworldly lighting we have going on. It is now 7:51, and this is how the lips are wearing. Overall, they're gonna look pretty much the same. They're wearing about the same. They're both starting to fade in the inner corner or outer corners as well as right inside of the lips. I have touched them up once. I will put the picture of what it looked like before I touched them up after eating right here. And as you can see, the bottom lip was totally gone. So I went ahead and touched it up, and then I did have to touch up the top one a little bit too. And then I've had it on since then. That was earlier around like 1. So as far as wear goes, I do feel like the Give Me Glow comes off a little bit easier, but I'm going to wear it again tomorrow and see if it wears the same way again, because now since I've touched it up, they've worn very, very similarly. So let's see. So let's put them on so that you can see how they apply. So I'm going to start with the Kat Von D, and I'm going to put the Kat Von D on the top lip because that's how I wore it for the actual wear test as well. So I'm just going to put it on. As you can see, the Kat Von D goes on really, really easily. Now we're going to do the Give Me Glow. Also goes on really, really easily. I may not be quite even, but that's okay. So, as you can see, they both apply really, really easily. Now, as you first apply them, you can immediately see that the Give Me Glow actually looks darker than the Lolita, but it won't necessarily look different once it dries. So let's let it dry. You can see now they pretty much look exactly the same. So that's always nice. Yes, there is a little bit of flakiness on my bottom lip, but that's because my lips were dry and I didn't exfoliate them good enough. So that's my bad. In conclusion, I would have to say, yes, it's a dupe. I say that because the color is so spot on. I mean, at this point, the colors look exactly the same. So, like I said, as they completely dry down, the Lolita becomes that deeper color that the Give Me Glow is from the get-go. So the color is the same. The wear is very, very similar outside of how it reacts to food. So like yesterday after that touch-up, and I wore them, literally I wore them until I went to bed at like 11 or midnight. That point, the wear there was so similar that it wasn't even like mentioning. I didn't record a second clip of the wear for that reason, because they looked exactly the same for that wear. So let's call it a dupe. Why not? So if you are looking for the Kat Von D Lolita and you can't get your hands on it, hop on Etsy, go to Give Me Glow's site and get the Fireside Flirting. Now Fireside Flirting does sell out a lot, but not in the way that Lolita does. If you're having a hard time getting a hold of the Fireside Flirting, I would either message the seller directly, or I would just follow her on Instagram, the Etsy Give Me Glow. I'll link that in the down bar as well. She usually posts when like out of stocks are back up, if for some reason they're out for a significant amount of time. Words are hard. All right, so we're gonna call it a dupe. That was a successful dupe battle, unlike some of the ones in the past have been kind of a letdown lately. So I will talk to you guys soon. Everything that I have on my face will be in the down bar below, so if you're like, ooh, what's that highlight? It's there. And I will see you next week with another dupe battle. Bye, guys.